This is the Harry Loomis Show. Welcome back to the Harry Loomis Show, my second video of the day, and I'm doing something I did last year. I did hipster NHL award picks last year, and I'm gonna do it again. What makes them hipster? Well, I'm not picking Connor McDavid for any of these, basically. All of these awards, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick someone that not only has never won the award before, but was not a finalist for the award last year either. Those are my restrictions, and we're going to do the best we can based on that. Last year, I'm pretty confident in saying I didn't get a single one right. I had UC Saros winning the Vezina, and he had the worst season of his career. I had Jack Hughes winning the Hart Trophy, and he got injured. Same deal with Miro Heiskanen, who I had winning the Norris Trophy. And Mitch Marner did not win the Selke either. So let's see if we can do better this year. Some of them, are repeats, like Connor Hellebuyck winning the Vezina. I obviously couldn't pick him. I didn't think about him winning the Hart Trophy, though, so we'll see how we do this year. We're going to start off, speaking of Connor Hellebuyck, we're going to start with the Vezina Trophy. And guys I can't name, obviously, any past winners. So that includes Connor Hellebuyck. That includes Andrei Vasilevsky, who was second last year. Darcy Kemper was a finalist. And really not a whole lot of other guys. I'm trying to think of who's even won it recently. Linus Ullmark, I couldn't pick him, obviously. Igor Shesterkin, I couldn't pick him. So there's one guy that really sticks out for me this year, and that's going to be a guy on a really good team who needs to prove something. I'm doing it kind of like the hockey guy, but Jake Ottinger is my pick to win the Vezina Trophy. He has shown flashes of being one of the best goalies in the league. He's on a really, really good team in Dallas, and I think he's got a lot riding on him this year. We talked about the situation that led to Peter DeBoer's firing. Dallas has all the faith in the world in Jake Ottinger because they clearly took a side in that, letting go of DeBoer. And I think he can really elevate his game. And I think if the Stars win the division, because the Central could go a lot of different ways. It could be Colorado, it could be Winnipeg, it could be Dallas. Ottinger is going to have to be at his best all season long for it to go Dallas's way, and I think he's going to do it. Calder Trophy, obviously, there's really no restrictions. You can't be a Calder candidate 2 years in a row unless you're Michael Bunting playing in the bubble. But I got to go with my guy. Obviously, Ivan Demidov is going to be the favorite for this, but in second place is from the St. Louis Blues. My handwriting's really bad, and I'm kind of self-conscious about doing it this way, but Jimmy Snuggerud is going to be my pick. I'm really, really high on Snuggerud this year. Um, the team is too, because he's starting the season on Robert Thomas's wing, which I think is going to bear a lot of fruit. Thomas likes to pass, Snuggerud likes to shoot, and he can shoot the hell out of the puck. He's going to get good opportunities on the power play as well. He's a guy that could come in right away and score 25, 30 goals. I think I had him right around the 20 goal, 30 assist mark, if memory serves, when I did my preseason predictions. But Snuggerud is in line to have a really good rookie season and potentially be the Blues' second Calder Trophy winner behind Bear Jackman. Next up is the Norris Trophy, and that's a little bit of a tough one. Cale Makar won it last year. Finalists were Zach Werenski and the 2024 winner Quinn Hughes. We lose guys like Victor Hedman, who's a former winner. And who are the finalists? Not a lot of Norris winners in the finalists. Adam Fox is eliminated as well. Who won in 2023? Who won the Norris Trophy in 2023? Oh, Erik Karlsson. I wasn't going to vote him, but he's not a contender for this as well. Last year, I went with Miro Heiskanen, who I still think the world of, but I'm not going to go with him this year. I'm going to go with another guy that I think doesn't get quite enough credit for how good he is, and he gets a lot of credit. Buffalo's not very good right now, but Rasmus Dahlin is one of the best defensemen in the league. perfect 200-foot player. He's physical. He can skate like crazy. He's great on offense, even with Owen Power and Bowen Byram, who are both really skilled, offensively driven left shot defensemen. He trumps both of them, and it's not particularly close. He's had a couple really, really good years, and there's not a whole lot around him beyond Tage Thompson and Alex Tuck in a contract year. But Dahlin is in his age 25, 26 season, 2018 draft pick, first overall. He is a guy that I will be shocked if he leaves his peak without a Norris win on his resume. And I wonder what his odds are this year to win it, because he's a guy that really flies under the radar with guys like Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes being in the league. I'm not seeing any Norris Trophy odds, but I have to imagine he's got good ones. Take a look at Rasmus Dahlin to win the Norris Trophy. Then we have the Selke Trophy, which is kind of anyone's game right now. Patrice Bergeron is out of the league, and Alexander Barkov is out for the season with a devastating ACL-MCL injury. But he won it last year. This award's pretty much up for grabs now. But I lose finalists Sam Reinhart and Anthony Cirelli, both of whom could win their first one this year. And last year I went with Mitch Marner, who finished 7th. No shame in that whatsoever. I'm going to go with another guy that I think flies under the radar, but has come close to this award before, and I think he'll do it this year. How about Nico Hischier? I think he's had some injury issues as well, but last year had a really good season. 35 goals, 34 assists, one of the best faceoff guys in the NHL as well. Another guy that doesn't really light the world on fire, doesn't blow you away, but does all the little things right, especially in the defensive zone as well. And, the Devils, we think of them as kind of a high-flying team if they can stay healthy. You got the Hughes brothers, Luke and Jack, a really solid forward core there. And Markstrom's a really solid goalie as well. But Nico Hischier is one of the most underrated players in the league, and I think he's going to get himself a Selke Trophy this year. Now, maybe the moment you've all been waiting for. I had no organization for these picks, but we got the Hart Trophy. You know what the Hart Trophy is. It's the league MVP. Last year, I went with Jack Hughes. He did not get it, but a newcomer did win it in the form of Mr. Connor Hellebuyck. By the way, Hischier and Hellebuyck, both members of my fantasy team this year, I drafted last night, and I'm excited about it. But Hellebuyck is off limits, former winners and finalists. Draisaitl and Kucherov are off limits. Same goes for McKinnon. Same goes for McDavid. Same goes for Crosby and Ovechkin. So, am I confident that there's going to be a new Hart winner this year? Not entirely. McDavid's a threat every year. McKinnon could easily win another one. Kucherov's won the Art Ross the last 2 years. But there are a couple candidates out there. Like I said, I went with Hughes last year. I really thought about Kirill Kaprizov as well, but there is a lot of injury question marks there. Kaprizov obviously just signed his big contract, $17 million a year. But there is another guy that I like that has not signed a contract, and I think is going to be in for a monster season. How about Jack Eichel? Eichel finished 5th last year in Hart Trophy voting, 28 goals, 66 assists for 94 points. Probably the best player on that Vegas Golden Knights team, and I think they're going to be fantastic once again. They might be the Cup favorites going into this season, especially with Florida having their injuries. And I think, assuming that he's going to be playing with Mitch Marner for most of the season, I think he's going to put up a ludicrous amount of points. Like I said, he's in a contract year. He's got a lot of motivation to play well, and I think he's going to. Eichel's a guy, when he came into the league, too, he had all the potential in the world to win a Hart Trophy. Took a while for him to get there with all the issues in Buffalo, but he's really coming into his own as one of the top maybe 10 players in the league with the Golden Knights, and that's not going to change. Jack Eichel will be your Hart Trophy winner this year, in my opinion. And now we move on to the Art Ross Trophy. And like I said, last 2 years it's been Nikita Kucherov. Pretty much every other year in recent memory, it's been Connor McDavid. Leon Draisaitl got it one year, but can't go with any of them. And I'm going to repeat my pick last year just because I can't believe this guy hasn't won it yet. Jesus. But Nathan MacKinnon. I can't believe Nathan MacKinnon hasn't won a Art Ross trophy yet. He is 100% due. I mean, he's got to earn it, though. It's not like anything you vote on. It's just a rate stat, and he has just been beaten out the last couple of years by Kucherov. This year, MacKinnon led for a majority of the year, but Kucherov came back and caught him 121 to 116. The year before, they were both in the 140-point range. I think Kucherov might have honestly beaten him by a single point. But seems like a good year for Nathan MacKinnon to get it done. He's going to be playing with Marty Necas. When you have Cale Makar on your power play as well, you can get a lot of points that way. And MacKinnon knows that. There's obviously no secret to how incredible Nathan MacKinnon is. Just one more thing for him to add to his resume. And last but not least, we got the Rocket Richard Trophy, the leading goal scorer in the NHL. Last year, that went to Leon Draisaitl. Year before was Austin Matthews with 69 goals. McDavid had a 65-goal year a couple years ago. But a guy that shoots the lights out that hasn't gotten there just yet, I think is going to this year if he can stay healthy. And it's the $17 million man himself, Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov. Last year, I think he only played 41 games. Had a lot of injury issues that kept him from potentially winning this award or maybe even the Hart Trophy because he really carried that wild offense. He scored 25 goals. He scored at a 50-goal pace last year. Draisaitl led the league with 52. If Kaprizov was healthy, do I think he could find another 3 goals in 41 games? Hell yeah, I could. There is no secret to how good of an offensive player Kirill Kaprizov is. And I think if anyone is going to break through and win their first Rocket this year, he is the most logical pick, especially on a rate basis. Hopefully he's able to play close to a full 82 games. But those are my hipster picks this year. Not too hipster, if I'm being totally honest with you. But I like seeing new guys get awards, and it'd be really cool if any or all these 7 hit. I don't know what the odds are if I hit all 7 of these. I'm not really a gambler, so who knows? Maybe I'm missing out on a lot of money. But if you want to root for some guys to get their first of any of these kind of awards, these are some guys that you should look after. So the NHL season starts in just about 3 hours. Panthers, I believe Blackhawks is the first game. I'll be watching. I cannot wait for the season to get started. So those are my hipster picks this year. Let me know what you guys think. We'll talk again soon. This is the Harry Loomis Show.